Let's fight! Welcome in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, at home here in Guyana and around the world. Let's fight, folks. Good to see each and every one of you in the ring this evening, whether you're joining us at home here in Guyana or you're somewhere in the diaspora region 11. You might be close here in the Caribbean, in South America. You might be further north, North America, Canada. You might be in Europe. You might be in Asia. Folks, thank you for joining us wherever you are joining us from. We are privileged that you could be in the ring this evening. Let's fight, folks. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. And you guys know what we got to do when we come in the ring. Good to see each and every one of you. It's Flashback Friday, and we're flashing back to the real PPP, the real crosses, the real jagabots. We flashing back, folks. Good to have each and every one of you in the ring with us. I know some people scrambling now to grab the Coke, grab the popcorn, to sit down. They're saying, don't bother me. Shh, shh, shh. We on. Good to see each and every one of you in the ring this evening. We're on a couple minutes early. This is the bonus. We're on a couple minutes early. Good to see Claire, Alexis, and Patricia Asana, Vanessa Andrews. Good to see Horace Thomas and Alison Richards, Lynn Fernandez. Good to see Vanessa Andrews again. Onessa Wardeen, Desiree Barrington. Folks, we got to fight tonight. We got to fight. Y'all better share the live stream. Y'all better tag a friend or a frenemy. Whether you guys are joining us on Twitter, you guys are joining us on YouTube, whether you guys are joining us on Facebook, you know we there. There's the lines. Facebook, a very good evening to each and every one of you guys, and welcome in the ring. It is our privilege. It is our privilege to be here with you, to have you with us. Ariel and Abigail, Keisha Millington, Stacey Ann Stoll. I see Hazel Ramkin is here. Angela, Candy Naleen, Inderjeet, Latoya Murray. I see Faye Lyon. And again, I see Janet Coates and Lily McGarrett. Elizabeth Joe, good to see you. Mark Williams, great to see you as well. Good to see all of you wonderful folks, each and every one of you. Great to see you guys. Really great to see you guys. And I don't, again, great to see each and every one of you. And you know, a couple of folks reached out to us very early this morning, and they say, you cannot forget us. You cannot forget us. And by God, I ain't want to forget them. Lord knows, I ain't want to forget them at all. So let me make sure that we are good to go on that front. I want to make sure that I am getting everybody who's asked us to give them a shout out. We ain't want to get in problems, more problems than we ain't ready. We won't get in no problems at all. So let me just make sure I get everybody. Let me just make sure I get the right people. I ain't want a problem. I ain't like problems, folks. I'm a peace-loving, quiet child. Go to church and so on. Come up in Sunday school. Right? I don't like controversy. I am not that kind of person, people. So I ain't want problems either. So let me ensure that I give the folks a shout out and ask us to give them a shout out this evening. Somebody right now on WhatsApp saying, give me a shout out. You better send a name. You got to send a name so that we give you the proper shout out. Good to see each and every one of you guys. And we're just making sure that we're good at our end and that we got all the people who we need to have. We don't want problems, people. That's what we tell you. We don't want no problems. And so a very good evening to Winston Grenada. Or I would say Granada. Up yourself a little bit. Good to see you there, Winston Grenada from Brooklyn. Good to see you, Gladstone Matthews and Yasmin Henry, Desiree. Good to see you. The names are going by so fast. Let me go back up. I want to go back up to Desiree. That's why I want to go back up to Desiree. Y'all try with Desiree Smart, Felix and Tonya Cummins, Colleen Isaacs and Brent Mentor from Houston, Texas in the house. Folks, we're from around the world tonight. Yasmin Henry again and Kenneth Dennis and Randy Bowen, Mark Allman, Renee McKenzie Talbot. Good to see you, Renee, Gwyneth Jones and Wendy Bovell. For a minute there, I thought I saw Wendy Williams. Orin Don Cook and Talisha Brown. All of you great folks. Denise Mitchell, William Moore, Yasmin Henry. I call Yasmin Henry, but 50 times already. Welita Bess and Carol Jacobs, Onika Light. Folks, share the live stream as you come on tonight. I see Will's, Phillips, is it no. Hold on, let me go back up, because this person is joining us from the BVI, so let me give him a good shout out. I see Simone Patrick Emmanuel joining us from New York. The New Yorkers are in the house. Lennox Fordyce from Philadelphia. Good to see you, Lennox. And I see Seymour George. Good to see you, Seymour, as well. Roy Garraway, Siobhan McDonald, Siobhan Isaacs. Good to see all of you folks. Desiree Smart, Felix is present. Kim Walker, all of you wonderful people. Wendy Boville. I see Naomi Sinclair. All of you fantastic folks. Lloyd Warren joining us from the beautiful east coast of Demerara. Auntie Sandra Hanover joining us from Diamond. Althea Pickett. Good to see all of you folks. Each and every one of you. Bernadette. Good to see Bernadette as well. Guys, really great to see you. And let's share the live stream. There is so much information to share with you. I should just say so many information. In our case, it's many information. It passed much. Gone to many now. Munishwan Narayan, good to see you there as well. Abigail Othniel Passad, good to see you there. Abigail Josephine Roberts, good to see you, Josephine. And Tanya Cummins, good to see you, Tanya. Michelle McKay, all the usual suspect. Guys, share the live stream. Wherever you're joining us from, I see Racer Dan is joining us from YouTube. He's a tuber. Racer Dan is joining us from YouTube. Good to see you, Racer Dan. He's joining us from YouTube, the suburbs of social media. Some folks are joining us on Twitter. That's the Bel Air. That's the Pradoville with the big ones there. They're joining us from Twitter. And then you got people like me and the others. The Ringsiders, the multitude. We're from the Ghetto. The Ghetto, folks. Good to see each and every one of you guys. Welcome in the ring. Wake up your neighbor. Wake up your friend. Wake up your frenemy. Wake up the side chick. The side hustle. Let's fight, folks. Let's fight. Are you guys ready to go? Boots on the ground. Good to see you folks there. Good to see each and every one of you guys. Good to see Anjon is with us tonight. Anjon, great to see you. Thanks for joining in the ring. Good to see you, Anjon. Really good to see you. Oh boy, so much information still keep coming to us. So many information. Let me pull up Priya. So many information. Let me pull up PPP. So many information keeps coming to us. Folks, we want you guys to share the live stream. And we are ready to go. And let me just show y'all a little change that we're making. Boots on the ground. We ain't backing down. Boots on the ground. A little change we're making, folks. And we have changed up the hot topics to the fight card, ladies and gentlemen. But it's the same concept. But it's a fight card. We look at all the personalities, the issues, and events of the day, folks. It's the fight card. So we will see what's on the fight card for this evening. We'll see what issues we got to contend with, what personalities we got to fight, the trenches, we got to fight the jagabat, we got to fight the crosses. Folks, you got to fight. Put up those hands when the blow is coming, and then you got to deliver some punches yourself. Good to see each and every one of you. So I am ready to get to the fight card. I am ready to go where the action is. Ready to get to the fight card, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing missing now is a bigger set for us. And we be good to go, folks. We're tweaking things. So we have the fight card this evening. Share the live stream. We want to see those emojis. I want to see what mood you're in this evening, rather. What mood are the Ringsiders in this evening? Great to see each and every one of you. Again, Ray Sudan and Cheryl Gillis. Great to see each and every one of you. Jamal Aziz. Good to see you, Jamal. Kenrick Vorwain and Paul Dianjo. Aubrey Stevens. We ready to fight. Aubrey, we ready to rumble. Ready. Let's fight, folks. I am ready to get right to it. If you guys are ready to get right to it, I am ready to get right to it. So much to discuss this evening. So many things. Guys, you realize they're having fun? Don't let nobody steal your joy, you know. Y'all gotta protect your joy, protect your sanity, protect your mind, protect your life, protect your family, protect your happiness. Don't let it steal your joy. Don't let them steal your joy, folks. Father Mike, good to see you. What's going down, Father Mike? David Wood, good to see you. Blossom Fraser, good to see you. Is it JT Co? Sharma Court, good to see you. Amanda Daniels as well. Good to see each and every one of you. Sharma. Leonie Alexander, good to see you. Leonie Audrey Cole is in the house. Audrey Cole is ringside. Good to see each and every one of you guys. I am ready to get to the fight card. I want to see what's on the fight card this evening. As you guys come on, share the live stream. Share the live stream. Folks, you guys make this show what it is, you know. It's not me. I've been the one person all the time. Anybody who know me, I've been the one person. It's y'all who keep showing up in y'all droves. Like Kwame Wilkinson joining us from Brooklyn. Like Coretta Millington. I know why Coretta keeps coming back. Stan Bourne. Why you present, Stan Bourne? Lakeisha Drakes. Why you here? Run the lane. Resilient. Who's the resilient person? Tessa Norton. Who is resilient? Resilient Deborah Grace. Good to see you as well. Janice Britton Diablo. All you wonderful, beautiful folks. Great to see each and every one of you. Why not let us get our housekeeping out of the way? And then we're going to head to the fight card. And we're going to see what the issues are. Which personalities are in the ring this evening? What events are we contending with, ladies and gentlemen? We keep saying to you guys that we cannot do it without you. And that is why we have been asking you guys to partner with us. And we've chosen little amounts so that you don't feel the squeeze. We invite you guys to partner with us on a monthly basis. Whether it's $5 US, it's $10 US, it's $15, it's $20 US. $20 US rather, but every cent goes a far way to help us to do all the things we need to do to make this show bigger, better, stronger for you guys. You know this show is powered by you. And we want to keep giving you guys what you deserve. Nothing but the very, very best. And so if you guys want to come on board, I want to see those emojis. I want to see those shares. Come on board with us and partner. Help us to move forward. Help us to build out our programs and do so many other things that we want to do. At the Cash App, it's the $ in the ring 592. At Cash App, it's the $ in the ring 592. At PayPal, it's in the ring 592 at gmail.com. That's our email address there. Again, at PayPal, it's in the ring 592 at gmail.com. And then we're available as well via the MMG system. That is the Guyanese version of the Cash App, I would say. 627-6963 is our number there. 627-6963. And any queries that you have, any information that you have, little videos, photographs, anything, WhatsApp us on 627-6963. And again, we're available on at Western Union, Old School, and we're available at MoneyGram. Thanks each and every one of you. Thanks to each and every one of you for coming on board soon and partner with us. Thank you, folks, very, very much, guys. And let us head right back into what? To see what's on the fight card. Let's head to that. See what's on the fight card this evening, folks. It's Flashback Friday, and we're looking at the Jagabats. We're looking at the trenches. We're looking at the Nakavaka mice. We want to see what is on the fight card, and we encourage you guys to share the live stream. Share the live stream. So much things on the fight card. So many and much. Plenty, enough on the fight card this evening, folks. Get your popcorn. Get your cokes. Get your drinks. Whatever it is. Lots of things on the fight card. We in Barbados, we in Bartica, we in Georgetown, we in Mexico. Depends on which school you went to. Mexico. We all over. We plenty and we enough. Plenty and we enough, folks. Plenty and we enough. Folks, let's get right to it. Let's fight, folks. Let's fight. Wherever you guys are joining us from this evening, let's fight. Let's get right to it. Let's get into the fight card and see what's happening there this evening. Great to see each and every one of you guys. And again, Welcome in the ring. Whether you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on Facebook, that's why they're fast bad. Or you're joining us in the suburbs, you're joining us on YouTube. Welcome in the ring. Share that live stream. Guys, let's get to going and let's see what's happening in international news. Why don't we start there? In international news, the fight card is in the international news. Folks, beaten in the Bahamas. Beaten in the Bahamas. There was an election in the Bahamas, a general election in the Bahamas. And folks, the incumbent government has lost the election there in the Bahamas. And I told you why. I told you why. Didn't I? Didn't I tell you Bruce Golding was going to supervise those elections? And Asher Kissoon? And once he got some people, the usual suspect from the last time, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? I told you guys once the usual suspects were involved, the government could change. Now, some of y'all are going to say, Duncan get black tongue. Sherrod got black tongue. It's not Sherrod. Sherrod. Sherrod got black tongue. EC far. Right? I'm looking for the lottery numbers. But again, beaten in the Bahamas, the incumbent Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Menes, conceded defeat just this morning in that general election, saying that he had already telephoned the leader of the main opposition, the Progressive Liberal Party, the PLP, Philip Brave Davis, to congratulate him on his party's electoral victory. Davis confirmed as well that he had received a congratulatory call from Menes, and while the official results of the poll have not yet been released, Menes, in a statement issued by the Free National Movement, FNM, said, "I will lead the Free National Movement into the House as leader of Her Majesty's loyal opposition. The Bahamas has a proud democratic tradition. The people decide who serves as government, and I hope there aren't any fraudulent votes that have elected the Progressive Liberal Party," because, you know, Asher went there. Asher Kissoon, yeah. Soup drinker Asher Kissoon, and also Bruce Golding. I hope I'm getting my former prime ministers right. That being said, congratulations to the Progressive Liberal Party, as well, as long as all is above board there. Congratulations to them and the incoming administration there in the Bahamas. Folks, let's head to the Wild Hogs. Let us head to the Wild Hogs, and I invite you guys to share the live stream. Let's fight. Let's head to the Wild Hogs, folks. Let's see what's happening. The Wild Hogs on the fight card. And Irfaan marches to Mexico or Mexico. If you went to Queen, you could try to put on the little thing. Mexico. I went Ishmael. I went Indian Educational Trust College in Brigda. It was close to Queen, so some things rub off. Some things rub off. Mexico. Irfaan marches to Mexico. There you see him there with his counterpart there in Mexico. And when we saw some other photographs, ladies and gentlemen, we have to ask the question, why? When we saw some other photographs, we like being bad for just being bad's sake. We had to ask some other questions. Why? Like, why? Now, if Nicki Minaj could talk about his his testicles, certainly I can talk about the installed president here. Why? Now, look at his counterpart. Look at his counterpart. Now, I'm only talking to the men. Women, you all tune out. This is the men segment. Women, tune to the out. This is the men segment. Now, as his counterpart has demonstrated there, gentlemen, when you are wearing a suit and you stand, you should have your suit buttoned, your jacket buttoned. When you stand, you should have your jacket buttoned. But nobody can tell Irfaan that from the photograph. Harbour, what's happening there? How is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? Todd, what's happening there? Passad, all the political hackies, Ralph Ramkara, what happened there at Foreign Affairs? So his counterpart has demonstrated that when you stand, you're doing the guard of honor, you button your suit jacket. And when you sit, you release whatever needs releasing. So you can get the protocol right. And since they haven't told us exactly what agreements or bilateral agreements has come out of this engagement, we got to talk about what we see. So if your suit too thin to button, your jacket too small to button, you're wearing the wrong jacket. Not so, folks. Another picture caught our attention. And we had to ask the question, ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home and around the world, why? Again, if Nicki Minaj could talk about her cousins' anils, certainly I can talk about my president's suit jacket. Install, albeit, I can talk about his suit jacket. Now, Irfaan wore a tie today. Irfaan wore a tie that told us he's installed. Now, this tie longer than the Harbour Bridge. They said this tie went between his legs and wrapped around his foot. This tie longer than the Harbour Bridge itself. I want to see those emojis and I want to see those shares, ladies and gentlemen. Notice his counterpart is now seated. I'm talking to the men again. And his jacket is open. So if you don't understand how to wear a suit, might as well you go in an orange shirt, Jack. Might as well you go in an orange shirt, Jack. Nothing to open, unbutton, and all these fancy things. But if you're going to wear the style, ladies and gentlemen, you got to comply. And y'all don't know how Duncan is chuck it. Now I'm seated, so you can't style a stylist, you know. Trenches, Jagabats, you can't style a stylist. Not so spoilly, Kim Walker and Mark, Lakeisha Drakes, Stacey and Stoll, Ingrid, when you can't style a stylist. Well, while that was happening, of course, if Irfaan gone, somebody got to take over. We hear that BJ, the iron the thing, but the constitution got to kick in, and the prime minister, even if he install, must take over. Must take over. Now, ladies and gentlemen, not to detain you as long as Nicki Minaj has detained the world with her cousins and ills. Not to detain you as long, because we ain't going to the White House, we ain't going to Boris Johnson and all those things. Not to detain you as long. But Phillips took over. And the word on the ground is Phillips finally get work. Y'all gonna share this live stream or what? Phillips finally get work. And takes charge of a nation in crisis. Now Phillips, this picture here is pregnant with issues. Phillips large and in charge. It is pregnant with issues, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see the live streams being shared. I want to see the emojis. And I want to see where you all joining us from. Tukur, Rashdi Hari, Rowena Cummins, Samoa Williams, Kim Westmoreland, my Adrian, my pal, my friend, Kim. Phillips take charge of a nation in crisis. It's confusion, Paul, it's purgatory. Notice again, Phillips is standing. You know, Phillips got the belly. Knowing that he's a rubber stamp, he got the belly, you know. Phillips is standing. Notice his jacket is open. So the protocol for the jacket is like it's a PPP thing. They don't know if we wear a suit over there. That's the first thing. The first fault. And you telling me, people of the Cooperative Oil Producing Republic who sharing this live stream tonight, we got Phillips. You got the acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, the Honorable Mrs. Cummins. Where's this little Salamite table here now? We don't have an executive table. We can put our acting Chancellor. I will say Chancellor of the Judiciary. It's time Irfaan confirm these people. Irfaan, please confirm, Your Honor Cummins. Confirm. Auntie. Confirm, Auntie, please. What's this little Salamite table? We don't have a proper table. We can put a woman of this stature, our Chancellor of the Judiciary. Is a cafe y'all swearing this man in? What's happening here? A sidewalk cafe or what thing is this? Come on, people. So Phillips takes charge, ladies and gentlemen. Phillips takes charge of a nation in crisis. We saw this morning the Lancaster cane cutters, the strike. The teachers, dissatisfied. The nurses, y'all see what happening. The Dartmouth residents, y'all see the protest there. On the Neeming, got a protest. Albion cane cutters got issues. The Sandpit residents got problems. Folks, and that's just the beginning. Look what's happening with COVID. But we're coming there. We are coming there, folks. Confusion powder. Confusion powder. Ladies and gentlemen, share the live stream, folks. Share. It's confusion powder. Good luck to Mark. Mark taking setup, you know. Mark taking setup. So look what's happening here on the COVID front. You got Priya and you got Frank. And between the two of them, COVID running rampage in the schools, running rampage in the country. No thanks to them. No thanks to them at all. Ladies and gentlemen, no thanks to them at all. Let me just give you some of the issues that are occurring currently in COVID-19, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, we see in Trinidad and Tobago, a minister has tested positive. Minister and the whole family gone into isolation. We also see in Trinidad and Tobago, employers can't universally implement mandatory vaccination. This is what the industrial court president has said. They cannot universally implement mandatory vaccination. And we know home here in Guyana, coming out of that recent court case, the judge has refused to grant an injunction, because this is what the unions are seeking to do as well, to halt the government's mandatory vaccination. But the judge, Fidel Corbin, has refused to issue that injunction until the substantive issues are heard. And the substantive, the litigation comes up later on in this month. So we're looking to see what happens there. But in Trinidad, their industrial court says that employers cannot universally implement mandatory vaccination. Folks, several other things are happening. And you are going to want to take a pen and a paper and take some notes, because on the fight card, we told you recently that a number of schools, primary and nursery schools, have been closed because of the spread of COVID-19. You all remember just 2 weeks ago, Priya and the other crosses were overjoyed at the reopening of school and were posting lots of photographs of those schools that were open, but then posting photographs of the schools that closed. No. That is not good for the PR. As a matter of fact, they are hardly talking about that. But I want to share with you guys the schools. I want to share with you guys the schools that have closed because of COVID-19. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to share that information with you. It's critical that you know those schools that have been closed. And again, according to credible sources, the schools are closing fast. It's like dominoes falling over. So we know, for instance, there have been 23 schools that have been captured in this close because of COVID, 4 nursery schools and 19 primary schools. 4 nursery schools and 19 primary schools. Folks, I want to see those shares. I want to see those emojis. We want to see those comments. We only want valid viewers and credible comments. So those schools, ladies and gentlemen, in Guyana and around the world, all of you fast Guyanese in the diaspora. St. Gabriel's Primary, Vredenhoek Primary, Potentia Primary, Blake Nursery, Montrose Primary, Winford Gardens Primary, Two Brothers Primary. These are all schools that have closed, ladies and gentlemen. as a result of the spread of COVID-19. It would appear to me we are now heading to a lockdown. It would appear to me we are now heading for a lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. So Two Brothers Primary, Seafield Nursery, St. Nicholas Primary, Santa Rosa Primary. Notice these schools are scattered across the country. So it can tell you how COVID is permeating, is pervasive, is ubiquitous across the country. Santa Rosa Primary, Regma Primary, St. Angela's Primary, number 77 Nursery, Skeldon Primary, Lenora Primary, Zeeland Primary. Y'all better share the damn live stream. Let people see what's happening in this country. Lenora Primary, Zeeland Primary, Tuckville Primary, Peters Hall Primary, Grove Primary, Liana Nursery, Tamari Nursery, Tamari Nurseries, Swami Punandan Primary, Dehu Primary, and just today we saw St. Margaret's. Did I call St. Margaret's? Just today in the news, they are falling over like dominoes. Folks, we got to take care of those kids out there. We got to take care of those kids out there, folks. Again, scores upon scores of schools have fallen because of COVID-19. The ineptitude, the incompetence of Frank Anthony and the installed Minister of Education. That being said, we noted what is happening between the Ministry of Education and the union. We have noted that. And the fact that it was said that there is some level of fraud happening in the union, and that is why the duty-free concessions were taken back, and that is why the housing, some kind of a program there was taken back from the union. Well, there was a stinging editorial this morning that really and truly castigated Priya Malik Chan in terms of those very statements. And I want to very quickly share that with you because we heading to Bartica, people. Putting y'all on your guard. We heading to Bartica. So if you're joining us in Bartica, call your neighbor. Send a quick text. We heading to Bartica tonight. Here is what Sabbath News in that editorial said. It said that it must be said that the allegation that teachers were being treated by the union, rather threatened by the union, over benefits if they did not participate in activities organized by the GTU, by which the ministry presumably means protest action, seems highly unlikely. So Sabbath News is saying that this issue of teachers being threatened, that they got to participate in the strike, seems highly unlikely, which is really what they want to say. Prayer telling untruths. Prayer telling untruths. That's what the editorial says. The editorial goes on to say there are hundreds of teachers in Guyana alone. Never mind the not insubstantial total throughout the country, among all of whom the 50 scholarships and 100 duty-free concessions have to be divided. In other words, it is only a minuscule number of them who could be persuaded on this basis, and these would make little difference to the protest number. So Sabbath News is calling out this whole thing that teachers are being threatened that they must strike or else duty-free will be taken away and scholarships will be taken away. They're calling that a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, they are calling that a lie. A big fat lie. Well, we know who we're dealing with. We know who we're dealing with. And while we're on the Ministry of Education, folks, we have noted that lots of students who have graduated from the university and who are on government scholarships, they are still waiting to be placed. They are still waiting to be placed. They have graduated, they're on a government scholarship, and a part of the agreement is that upon graduation, they'll be placed in a ministry. What's happening? What happened to the 50,000 jobs? How they going? What has happened to the 50,000 jobs? How is that going? 1 year later. 1 year later. We make a 10,000 yet? Why are these students still languishing without work? You might want to look into that. And as we run education, folks, we want to alert you to the plight of this young lady. of this young lady. Now, Moriah Hamilton, am I calling the name correctly? Moriah is a bright girl. Yes, Moriah Hamilton is a bright girl. Now, Moriah has earned, she has top cape, she has done well with CSEC and all of those things. She's bright. She's bright. She's brighter than the whole cabinet. She's bright. Take my telling you, she's bright. Now, Moriah needs our help to be able to get to Howard University. And there is a competition that is happening. There's a competition that is happening on a video that she's being featured in. And the more likes the video get, the higher the possibility of her being sponsored to get to university. So I'm about to post the link to that video. I'm about to post the link to that video, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second, because I want to make sure I can pin it. I'm about to post the link to that video in the comment section. And at the end of the program, I'm going to pin it to the comments. At the end of the program, I want you guys to go to that link and click on Moriah Hamilton's profile there and vote. Let us lend all of these numbers and energies towards something very positive. So I'm about to post the link there, folks. And I want us to support Moriah. I'm about to post it. And I'm going to try to pin it as well to that area of So I'm gonna post it now, and I'm gonna try to pin that comment there so that you guys can go to it after the program and help Moriah. Give it a lot of likes. Moriah is a bright girl. She is a bright girl, and I want us to help her. I want us to help Moriah to get to where she needs to go. I want us to help Moriah to get to where she needs to go. Ladies and gentlemen, look for that pin on my Facebook page. It's pinned to the top of this very broadcast on Sherrod Avery Duncan Facebook page. And at the end of the program, I want you to head to that link and like on Moriah's profile. And that is how we are going to help her. That's how we're going to do our part in the ring to help her to get to Howard University. That being said, congratulations, Moriah. I'm certain that you're going to be much closer to getting to where you need to be, and you have all of our blessings, you have all of our good wishes to do well when you go off to Howard University there. We got to support our young people. Confusion powder. This was the Harbour Bridge this morning, folks. This was the Harbour Bridge, Audrey Tom. This was the Harbour Bridge. Right? This man, they go anywhere peacefully, and then the bridge come out of nowhere. The bridge come out of nowhere and rip up the man's whole car. Out of nowhere, the bridge come. It's like soon as these crosses come, soon as these crosses touch down, all manner of things happening, ladies and gentlemen, all manner of things. The bridge just raise up and collect the man carry. You be strong. We gotta pray. So if you gotta sing a bhajan, a gospel, whatever, we got things, pocketory. And if that wasn't enough, folks, this next story here, I don't know what to say. But this morning we learned that 2 people were found dead in a septic tank. 2 folks were found dead in a septic tank, and presumably they drowned. That is the assumption. Found dead in a septic tank. Here is what the story tells us, ladies and gentlemen. Only in Guyana since August 2nd, 2020. A woman and her husband drowned in their septic tank at Hyde Park, Chameri, East Bank, Demerara. On Wednesday, yesterday, according to the police statement, inquiries disclosed that Camille Dworker was going to the toilet when her niece, Anita Joseph, of the said address, heard her screaming and went to rescue her. Upon checking, she discovered her aunt had fallen into the septic tank. She then called out for Ramlal Madhu, who jumped into the septic tank to rescue his wife, but was unable to do so since August 2nd. People, it's purgatory. It's confusion powder. Denise went and looked into the septic tank and noticed both bodies were motionless. The bodies were seen and examined by police, but no marks of violence were seen on the most exposed parts of the bodies. The bodies were then uplifted and taken to the Memorial Funeral Home and escorted to the Diamond Diagnostic Center, where they were both pronounced dead by the doctor on duty. The bodies are both presently lying at the Memorial Funeral Home awaiting post-mortem examination. I've never seen anything like this in all my life, and I got a couple of years behind me. Snatch the wheel, Jesus. Don't take it, snatch it. Again, according to this report, and this is coming out of the Chronicle. The niece heard her aunt calling for help. Upon checking, she discovered her aunt had fallen into the septic tank. That's according to the report. She then called out for Ramlal Madhu, who jumped into the septic tank to rescue his wife, but was unable to do so. Folks, they got some forces we're dealing with in this place. We got some forces we're dealing with in this place, ladies and gentlemen. And we got to fight them back. We got to beat back the forces of darkness. We got to beat them back. I have never seen anything like this in all of my life. We coming to Bartica. We coming, ladies and gentlemen. We coming down. We are coming down. But before we head to Bartica, why not let us take a stop in Essequibo, in Dartmouth? Because the more we hear about this story, ladies and gentlemen, the more we hear about it, it's more questions than answers. It's more questions than answers. And things are beginning to look very suspicious. We come into Bartica, but we must make a stopover in Essequibo or Cribbo. Depends which school you went to. Now, according to one report, again, this was Big Smith News. You know, Big Smith News said it got to be so. If Big Smith says it's so, it is so. Here Big Smith News said, 29-year-old Orin Boston was shot by a member of the SWAT unit. And he died as a result of hemorrhage and shock due to gunshot injuries to his chest or his thorax. Big Smith says that. Now look what the Chronicle told us. The Chronicle says it was revealed by the police that Boston was shot by a .223 caliber rifle to the upper left arm. To the upper left arm. To the upper left arm. Folks, I know where my hand there, I know where my chest there. The man was shot once. Both reports says once. But they're still fighting exactly where. One says upper left arm, the other one says chest. Unless the hand was hanging on the chest. More confusion. More confusion. But the Alliance for Change had a press conference just today. And they were very clear that in the procedures that were used by the SWAT team, seemed very, very much in clear violation of the standard operating procedures by which SWAT teams locally should be operating. For instance, some high-level administrator of the police force should have signed off, but according to Wendell Branham, the police chief, the top brass there don't know who signed off. So unless you got some phantom top brasses there signing off, more questions than answer. More questions than answer. It was also said that a search warrant should have been produced. And what we know Whether he was shot in his chest or his upper arm, there was no search warrant. So again, more questions, ladies and gentlemen, than answers. More questions than answers. Let's head now to Bartica. And you know when people say you're on Bartica, what we used to mean? Some people on Bartica. Some people on Bartica. Right? Some people on Bartica. Bartica. I'm working on my accent. Bartica. They are on Bartica. Let's see what is happening here. We're examining here the real bells of Bartica. You know some other places you got the real housewives and so on. You got keeping up. The real bells of Bartica, ladies and gentlemen. And when we examine this PPP family here, nothing irregular. Nothing irregular. We've seen the real PPP. Nothing irregular. Recently, ladies and gentlemen, we learned that this young bell, he first looked young, but he carrying some age. This young bell was involved in some problems. Ladies and gentlemen. But before we get there, it was in a previous program right here, where we told you what was happening with the senior bell. Now, some party members met and they said several things about the senior bell. They had a lengthy conversation. But folks, for our purposes here, we're only going to play a part of it. There are lots of accusations. Lots of accusations by the senior bell. And then we're going to come back and look at what's happening with this youngster. Because like he in training. Take a listen.
Good evening, comrades. I just want to say a few things as it relates to the meeting on Sunday. Ward could verify when he WhatsApped me about inviting me for the meeting. I responded to him that I am out of Bartica and I already had a commitment to do other things, which I communicated to him. It was not a deliberate attempt to stay away from the meeting, but I had over 80 persons depending on me, my presence. So I thought it best to fulfill that obligation. However, what Ward had said on the election group what's and expressed his feelings motivated me to bring this to the group attention, and more so of what this compulsive liar Bell is going on with. I am bombarded with people telling me what Bell said about me at that meeting. And the thing that is most hurtful of all is that I question Comrade Gale's leadership with the meeting with Comrade Nandalal. I want to make it clear anyone who was at that meeting could attest to the fact that I made two statements, and I repeat them here. It had no mention of Comrade Gale's name. I said, yes, we worked as a team during the election period, and we worked successfully. But presently, the team is disintegrating. And the other statement I made, I said our party is making appointments of people, which I have no problem with. But I am saying and I'm suggesting that our party have some amount of training be done for people who are appointing. Some of the things that some of our appointees are going on with, it crawls your skin. And that is why I made those statements. I never, ever mentioned Comrade Gale's name, who I have the utmost respect for. So Bell making that statement is a total liar. I want to address the issue with Bell saying that Dr. Jagdio threw me out of the party and he had to beg Comrade Donald Ramatar to reinstate me. So therefore, Bell is bigger than Comrade Jagdio. When my party card was discarded by comrades who are with us today. Some are not with us. Bell was nowhere wrong. Bell was liming and heading and associating with Brenton Archer, the then regional chairman for Bartica. He was a strong PNC person where they get involved in buying jet boats and are using Archer's duty-free concession to buy SUV. Bell was no way around. Bell, and I have proof of that, came on board in 2010 when he learned Donald was going up for president. In the presence of my friends, his brother Clarence said to us that he had to bring Stephen into politics when Comrade Donald was going up. So I don't know how he talking, but he had to beg for seat. Comrade Donald Ramatar stood out because he knew what happened with Skeet Party card. Okay? The other thing I want to address is about this man talking about me. He doesn't have the courage to stand up in front of Skeet and say, this is it, Skeet. Could only talk behind my back. He talked about the RDC meeting. I am saying here tonight, I am prepared to hand my resignation in tomorrow morning for the RDC Council. If Stephen Bell could bring the minutes to show two things. When I voted against a decision of the that he proposed, or if I shoot it down, the records will have Stephen Bell raise the issue and Skeet go against it. Let him bring the minutes. The other thing he talked about that he had to defend Skeet in the RDC against Norma Thomas. Stephen said not a single word. It is a fact that Norma Thomas said Skeet does do cockwalk or inferior walker to this extent. I was the one who raised the issue about Williams. The records will show that where he did not completed the project in Warramadong. The REO called up the engineer and the engineer attested to that fact. So I don't know where Bell is getting these weird ideas from to say. Bell is talking about Skeet is not paying his workers. This man is really, really losing it. Comrades, for you to have a compliance from NIS, you have to take your wages book and your employment book before your issue, where it is being inspected, who you employed, and each employer has to sign their name towards the money they receive. This man doesn't have compliance for GRA. He doesn't have compliance for NIS, so he doesn't know the procedure. All those contract work that he's doing, repairing those boats that are malfunctioning, he doesn't have contract compliance for them. The other day was big embarrassment. Then the Prime Minister team going over to Falmouth when the boat break down in the middle of the river. And this is the kind of service he's giving the region for the millions of dollars they're spending. Comrades, it ails me. I
Folks,
stay in my
the
barn. I
story
say nothing.
long and the story bitter. The story long and the story bitter. But that was the real PPP people. Behind closed doors, you hear him, but contracts were jetted for repairs of boat. You hear who ain't got compliance for hotel, who ain't got NIS, who don't pay the worker, who are awarded contract tenders under suspicious circumstances. You hear a lot about boat breaking down. It's both people from Bartica. It's both people from Bartica, ladies and gentlemen. And that is where we pick up the discussion on the Young Bell. That is where we are picking up the discussion, folks, on the Young Bell. But bear with me. Don't let me rush the brush tonight. Bear with me. We're picking up this discussion on the Young Bell. Because that is where the problem is there right now. That is where the problem is there. So this is where we are. We learned recently that this youngster, Mr. Conan Bell, who operates part of the Bell fleet in Bartica. It is alleged that a female maritime officer was doing her job on the day in question, and the Bell boat was the last boat loading. It was the last boat loading. The last boat by law, we are advised, should leave no later than 5 p.m. because it takes approximately 1 hour from Bahamas to Bartica. And passenger boats are not allowed to traverse the waterway after 6. We learned that at 5:17, it is alleged, the Bell boat was still loading. The Bell boat was still loading, according to those people who know the story. And after several pleas from the female maritime officer for Bell to respect the law, for Conan Bell to leave for Bartica, he refused, noting that the officer can do whatever she wants. And that he knows who to call. That is what is being alleged. You do whatever you want. I know who for call. We are reliably informed that the young Bell ensued in an argument with the woman, and it was left, right, and center. With the indecent language, it was a cuss up. That's what we're being made to understand. It was a cuss down of this female maritime officer, all because the Bell boat was asked to comply with the laws and regulations. But based on what we just heard, the Bell seems to be of a different character. The real PPP, the real Bells of Bartica. And we were made to understand that the Bells control the Bartica Speedboat Association, and that association has not seen an election. PPP like elections. They like local government elections. They like elections. They like boat association elections. We are told that the Boat Association of Bartica, it is alleged, has not had elections in years, but that the chairmanship of the Boat Association has passed from one Bell to the next. The people in Bartica, y'all know who know. The people from Bartica who know. But the Bell seems to be a special set of people. A special set of people, because this is what has also been happening there in Bartica. With the real Bells of Bartica. The real Bells, ladies and gentlemen, of Bartica. Might we have your indulgence? Might we have your indulgence on some of this? Because we learned, ladies and gentlemen, we have learned that not only is Conan Bell seems to be following in the footsteps of the big man, but several strange things have happened there with the Bells that has left a lot of eyebrows. So you got Daddy Bell doing his own thing, Conan Bell, and not so long ago, we saw Colors Boutique put out a statement on their Facebook page that Mr. Stephen Bell, businessman of Bartica, your bill at Colors is outstanding since 2015. Kindly settle same ASAP. That has been drawn to our attention. We don't know if that bill has been paid because we have not seen Colors put out anything to the contrary. But we saw on the boutique, the Colors Boutique Facebook page, Mr. Stephen Bell, businessman of Bartica, your bill at Colors is what? Is outstanding since 2015. And then we saw another story appearing in the newspapers as well, of which we learned Bartica man involved in accident. Bartica man involved in accident. And this was in the 5th month, the 19th. And the story reads out of Kaitor News. Now, this young man is part of the Bell clan. This is the real Bells of Bartica. He is part of the Bell clan. He's Tristan Bell. So you got lots of allegations swirling at the top there about Daddy Bell being involved in a lot of fraudulent things according to the own party members. You got Conan Bell behaving in this manner towards a female maritime officer. We have learned also that that matter might be engaging the attention of the court. And then you got Tristan Bell, the nephew. According to Kaicho, ladies and gentlemen, the case filed with advice on a dangerous driving charge for motor car driver Tristan Bell has arrived in Bartica, and police commander of the district, Dion Moore, confirmed that it is expected that he had to appear in court. And so Tristan Bell was facing a dangerous driving charge. This is the nephew, in which it is alleged that Tristan Bell struck down 12-year-old pedal cyclist Jahil Emmanuel Watts. And we were made to understand that nothing has come of this story thus far. Nothing has come of this story thus far, ladies and gentlemen. But that being said, while I have your attention, quite recently, again, we put out a caricature, a piece of satire, a jingle. We didn't produce it. We shared it on our page as part of the national discussion we keep having. Oh, and there were several condemnations in several quarters, ladies and gentlemen. And we have examined this on this program before, where we have said it would appear that there are lots of double standards. And in our flashback tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to examine the PPP's track record on the treatment of women. Because these jagabats and these crosses, these wild hogs, want us to believe that they're angels. But I want to show you the real PPP. Allow us to set it up for you. We want to show you guys the real PPP. Give me a second. Let me set it up right for you. We want to show you guys the real PPP. Because they want us to believe that they're angels. Mind you, we didn't create, we didn't write the lyrics to the song, we didn't put the musical accompaniment, we merely shared it as part of freedom of speech and as part of a national discourse and issues of the day. But look at the PPP's track record on the treatment of women. Look at it.
Yo. All we want to do is go home. Look what these people do to this car. Oh, God, boy. Where's this here, boy? All we doing is going home. What we do? My God, boy. We are ready for this year's one, right? What we do, boy?
Oh my God! This man pelted!
Hey, yo, hold on. Watch. Let me go, babe. Bring shit, bring shit to me, Kat. Bring shit to yo, hold it. Hold down. Yo, hold down. Yo. Hey. Yo, buddy, yo. Hey, man, leave Daniel. All the ranks, buddy. Pick up that thing. Hey, man, hey.
Folks, there you have it. There you have it. The real PPP. Which brings me to ask some questions. Ladies and gentlemen. Questions must be asked. When all of that was happening, the PPP trying to upturn that vehicle with Minister Karen Cummins in it. Where was WECAN? This women's organization that arrived out of nowhere recently, the Women Empowering Communities and Neighborhoods organization, with their statement. A jingle was put out calling for your name, and immediately WECAN issued a statement. Where was WECAN when Karen Cummins' governmental vehicle was almost overturned by the PPP? We saw a nurse and an immigration officer going home one afternoon during election. Their vehicle was assaulted with missiles. Where was Reverend Pat Sheridan Bisnot, who has recently commented on the Priya Manikchan issue of a jingle, a caricature in a song? Reverend Pat Sheridan Bisnot, she says she's a Presbyterian minister, and she's also with the Caribbean Family Planning affiliation. Where was the Reverend then? And when that bus with school girls and boys was being pelted in Bad Settlement, where was the PPP's Women Progressive Organization that also recently issued a statement on the jingle with Priya Manikchan's name in it? And when the police officer, again at Bad Settlement, was being beaten by villagers, where was Vindhya Prasad's statement on that? And when Manikchan herself was threatening the woman who they gave a piece of land to the other day because she criticized them, where was Gail Teixeira or Mark Phillips when that piece of bullying was happening on social media? So where has WECAN been all this time? The Women Empowerment Communities and Neighborhoods organization. And now I have to take a personal interest in y'all work because I've never heard about y'all before. Now I have to take a personal interest in the work of Pat Sheridan Bisnot because I've never heard about her before. And God knows I ain't hear about the Women's Progressive Organization out of the PPP in a long time. So I got to take a personal interest in their work now. But where were all of these people through all that has been happening? And ladies and gentlemen, that is the real PPP. The real PPP. That is their playbook. Seeking sympathies in all kind of quarters when they are the far worserous evil. The far worserous evil. We've already played for you guys the song that the PPP shared on their Facebook page, calling Nicolette Henry, Dr. Nicolette Henry, a yard foul. And we didn't see the WECAN organization. We didn't see a statement from Pat Bisnot. We didn't see a statement from the Women's Progressive Organization, Vindhya Prasad, Gail Teixeira, nor Mark Phillips. If they can produce a statement on any of those events that has happened in the past, then I perhaps have a right to apologize to the installed Minister of Education. So I want to see those statements. These are people who love to show statements, ladies and gentlemen. They love to show statements. So I want to see their statements condemning all of those events that would have transpired in the past. I would love to see those statements. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our program for this evening. That is our program. Awaiting the statements of the PPP. Awaiting the statements of the PPP from the PPP. I ain't holding my breath though. I want to see the statements condemning all of those events I've highlighted in the past. Condemning all of those events. Ladies and gentlemen, as you go, I'm going to stick around, give a shout out to some folks, and do our little housekeeping, inviting you guys to come on board and partner with us so that we can continue to do what we have been doing. It is not because of me. It's because you keep showing up that you got them frightened, that you got them attacking Duncan. But I can take it because I understand I'm not in kindergarten. I'm in politics. I'm not in nursery schools that are closing because of COVID on the Priya and on the Frank Anthony. I'm in politics. I'm not in primary schools that are falling over like dominoes because COVID is running rampage through them because of the incompetence of Frank Anthony and Priya. I'm in politics. And so I know what the terrain gives. I know what the arena gives. I know what is in the ring. And so we want to do this bigger and better. We want to build our arsenal. We want to fortify our defenses. And so we're asking you guys to come on board with us and partner with us on a monthly basis. $5 US, 10, 15, 20, and help us to expand. At the Cash App, it's the $ in the ring 592. At Cash App, it's the $ in the ring 592. At PayPal, it's in the ring 592 at gmail.com. That's our PayPal address. In the ring 592 at gmail.com. And then we're also available on the MMG system. It's 627-6963, 627-6963, 627-6963 at MMG. And also we're available via MoneyGram and also via Western Union. Folks, have a great weekend. We look forward to seeing you back on Monday. We're going to try to do the whip over the weekend in which we examine what's going on with parliamentary issues. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, come on board and partner with us. I'm going to stick around. You guys are free to leave for other places, for other programs that are happening. We thank you guys for coming by this evening and spending this time with us. It's always our privilege. It is always our pleasure having each and every one of you in the ring. We don't take it lightly. We don't take it lightly. So we're going to share. As you go, guys, we invite you to share the live stream. As you go, share that live stream. We want to have you guys share that live stream, guys. We want to see your comments, and I'm going to stick around for a little bit, and I am going to give some of you guys a shout out. Great having each and every one of you in the ring with us tonight. Great to see you there, Lisa Pitt. I hope you are fighting the trenches in the comments. Y'all don't let them. Don't let them go. We got to assemble in the trenches, and we got to fight them. Assemble in the trenches and fight them. Fight the trenches. In the trenches, dear ladies and gentlemen. Great to see so many of you who joined us throughout the week. Colleen Isaacs and Rhonda Lane. I also see Emily Soto. I also see Marsha Glasgow. I also see Onessa Wardine. Petula Boys. Good to see so many of you folks. Thanks for joining in the ring. Share the live stream. If you haven't had a chance to do that as yet, share the live stream, folks. Also, remember that young lady who needs your votes, Miss Hamilton. Remember that young lady, Moriah Hamilton, who needs your vote. And that comment is pinned to my page at Sherrod Avery Duncan. Make sure that after the program, when we wind up here, you go across quickly to that what do you call it? That website and vote Moriah Hamilton there, and let's send her to Howard. Send her to Howard rather. Head across there to that website there, and let's send Moriah Hamilton to Howard. The message, the internet address, the website address is pinned to my page at Sherrod Avery Duncan. And while you're here, why don't you give my page a follow? Give my page a like and share the live stream. 2,000 of you are still on watching. Good to see you, Chandra Paul Mohabir. Good to see you still here. Candy Naleen Inderjeet. Good to see you still here. Clive Jackson. Good to see each and every one of you. I see Orin Don Cook. Marcel Hamer is still with us. Great to see each and every one of you guys. It's been our privilege this week having you guys. It has been our privilege having each and every one of you guys. You make the program what it is. It's not me. It's because you all keep showing up. You all getting the PPP frightened. I know y'all doing to me. But good to see each and every one of you. Clive Jackson and all the other suspects. All the usual suspects. All the usual suspects. Amanda Daniels and Denise London. I see Princess Prince, Denise Williams. All the Denise on tonight. I see Kwesi Castang. Good to see you, Kwesi. I see Cecile Ogle, good to see you, Cecile. Claudine Squires, good to see you, Claudine. And Shondell Ward, Kwesi Moffat. Am I calling that name right? Yes, Kwesi Moffat. Valerie Archibald, good to see you there. Roseanne Princess, good to see you. Neil Court and Joy. Ann Hooper Beckles, Hazel Ramkin, good to see you. Abigail again. Otheline Passad, you've stuck around to the end of the program. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a safe weekend, folks. COVID is running rampage out there. A lot of confirmed cases today. Let me try to get back to that. A lot of confirmed cases today. Let me give you those numbers very quickly. I think there were over 200 cases of COVID today. I think a 5-month-old baby also lost her life. Our thoughts and prayers go to that family. Again, this thing is out of control. It's out of control thanks to these installed people. It's out of control. Right? COVID is out of control. It's really going up. Let me try to get those numbers very quickly as you guys go. Remember Moriah Hamilton's website there to like on that vote for Moriah there. Yep. Again, the COVID numbers are going up. They're over, I think, 200 cases again today. And then that 5-month-old child who would have lost their lives to COVID-19. Our thoughts and prayers go to all the families hurting in this country because of COVID-19. Some family has passed, some family has COVID-19 currently, and you're worried. Our thoughts and prayers are with you guys and all the folks who are worried about various other issues in this country. Nations in crisis. And poor Phillips, second setup. Poor Phillips, second setup. While long tie Irfaan and small suit Irfaan in Mexico. Guys, have a fantastic rest of the evening. Share the live stream, those of you who are still with us, and also share the live stream. Those of you who join us on Twitter, good evening. Those of you who join us on YouTube, the suburbs, good evening to you guys. Have a safe weekend. Facebook, the ghetto. Good evening to each and every one of you guys. Share the live stream as you go. What are you frightened for? And partner with us. Have a safe weekend. That's it.